Hi. So I said I would pop on live more often at the moment because I know that people are struggling. So here I am. I'm just going to wait and see if anyone is around. Say hi if you're there so I can see that people are there. And hi, how are we all doing? How are we getting on? Just seeing if I can share this. How are we all doing? How are you getting on? So I wanted to just pop on and see how people are getting on. I am going to be popping on more frequently at the moment just to help people out. Just bear with me. I'm just trying to share this so we can see if more people want to join us. Has anyone got any questions they want to ask? Let me know how you're doing, how you're getting on. Let's have a look. I'm just sharing this now. Kath, anxiety levels are high. Hi. Yeah, you're definitely not the only one, Kath. That is for sure. I have had a huge increase in messages. Hi from Canada. Hello. What time are we on there now for you? What do you need help with, Nikita? Actually, I think you're 4 hours behind in Canada, aren't you? I have got a couple of clients in Canada. So that would make it, I don't know, I can't see. How do I share to a page? What are you saying? What? Oh, it would mean it was 5, so my daughter's next to me whispering. It would mean it would be 5 o'clock. Let's have a look. I'm just sharing this now, see if anyone wants to join us. So yeah, lots and lots of people really feeling it at the moment. And part of the reason why I wanted to pop on and have called this It's Okay to Feel Shitty is because one thing I've noticed over the last week with the messages I've been getting is almost like the expectation that people think that because they're struggling and they're sort of questioning why they're struggling and that they feel worried, and people are getting scared that they're falling back into some kind of anxious spiral, or that something they've experienced previously in terms of anxiety is getting worse and it worries them and concerns them. And what's really stood out for me is that, you know, over this past week, I've had a lot of thinking about this and I've felt on edge and I've fallen into a load of shitty thinking and felt crap for it and then come out of it. And yet I don't put too much pressure on myself not to experience that, because it doesn't scare me in the way that it used to scare me. And so partly what I wanted to say to people that are struggling more this week or at the moment is, of course you are. Like, it's very difficult for us to avoid what's going on. It's very, schedules are apart, things are different. Of course we're going to feel it because we feel everything that we think. And, if we're seeing lots of media and we're scrolling through lots of things and it's constantly on our minds, then we're going to feel it. It is inevitable. And the key is really to accept that, not to think that you're the only one or you're struggling or what this means about you. And does this mean you're not coping and you should be coping with this? And actually, if this is something that we've never experienced directly before, then why should we just know how to cope with it? Why should we be able to just not think anything of it? Because we're human, of course we will. But I'm really keen, and the reason I'm going to keep popping on as much as I possibly can over the next few weeks, and actually I'll put a thing in here now because I'm doing a couple of sessions in the week. One's tomorrow and one is on Thursday. For anyone that's got children, there's some for children, and also for parents, and adults can pop on there that haven't got children as well. But it's just really me teaching some stuff. I've just pinned it in the comments. It's completely free. I just wanted to make things available for people. So So that's in the comments there if you want to join me. But I am going to just try and pop on ad hoc live as well, because I want people to see that they're not alone, and I want people to see that this is normal to feel this way. I feel this way. I'm getting caught up in thought storms. I'm reading things and then wondering and questioning and getting caught up in it. But the difference is I don't beat myself up for that, because it's kind of to be expected, and it's not a reflection on me as a human being and how, I'm not capable, or I'm not managing, or not coping. What I'm doing is just trying to navigate some very sorry, the connection's a bit bad. I think so many people are going to experience dizziness because we are worrying, we are stressing, we are overthinking, and that is sending a message to our brain to say that we are in potential danger, and our body is reacting accordingly. And if we keep doing that, and we've got more adrenaline in our bodies than normal, which we probably most of us have right now, and so that's going to create some dizziness. It's okay, it's harmless, it's not going to harm you. It's about just being okay with it and thinking, do you know what? This is a symptom of what is going on right now. It's not going to be forever, and it is going to pass. It's just allowing yourself to sort of go with the flow of what is right now. I'm extremely overwhelmed by anxiety, not only that, struggling with my eating disorder today. Okay, if you're feeling anxious, then of course you're going to struggle with an eating disorder if that's your thing. We have thoughts that create feelings, and then when we have feelings and we feel so uncomfortable, we often reach out to a habitual behaviour that somehow distracts us or temporarily works for us, even though we know it's not healthy. It works for us for a period of time. So you know what? And this might sound a bit controversial, but don't focus too much on the fact that your eating disorder has kicked in today. It's a result of your overthinking. Don't beat yourself up for it, because that will create even more anxious thinking. Just allow your thoughts to settle and do their thing, and allow them to pass. And then what will happen is your behaviours will change as a result. There's no point in beating yourself for what it is that you're doing, the action that you're taking as a result of the overwhelm and the discomfort. Okay, so keep joining us. Like I say, I'm going to pop on as often as I can. I have pinned in the comments a couple of free sessions that I'm doing per week at the moment, just to try and keep people ticking over. Hi, everyone that's saying hi. Hi. Struggling to sleep. Yeah, do you know, it's interesting actually. I thought about this morning. I am quite a good sleeper generally, unless I'm particularly anxious. I have had periods where I've not slept, but that's usually when I'm at the most acute period of anxiety, where it's been manifesting for a number of weeks, and that's like the pinnacle for me, where I just have that much adrenaline in my system. I really struggle to sleep. But I did notice that I'm not sleeping as well this week, because I'm remembering every dream that I'm having. I'm having some really random dreams about some very random stuff. And I'm aware of it, and I'm conscious of it. And I think the reason I'm conscious of it is because I'm not in a deep sleep, and I'm in and out of sleep. And again, rather than what I might have done in the past is go, oh no, my sleep's not good. What if it gets worse? This is a nightmare. I just acknowledge it, and I'm kind of like, oh God, I must definitely have a lot on my mind because my sleep's disturbed. And you know what? It will settle back. It just means you're probably going to bed with a very busy mind, and it's continuing in your sleep. That's all it is. It's not going to harm you. The more we kind of get worried about the fact that we're not sleeping, the more adrenaline we're then producing, and then the less likely we are to sleep. We will eventually go to sleep. Our bodies will eventually give in, and we will settle. So try not to, again, overthink that. I know it's easier said than done sometimes. Nikita, I've stopped eating altogether and not drinking anything from anxiety. Okay, well, the one thing I'd say to you, Nikita, is I really appreciate that it's really difficult at times to eat and drink when we feel so anxious, because again, the adrenaline can make us feel sick, and the last thing we want to do is eat. And so it's about little and often. And actually, even more so, the water and the fluid is even more important, because if you're dehydrated, if your body just hasn't had any food in it, then your heart is going to have to work faster to keep your energy levels up, and you're going to produce more anxiety, more adrenaline, which is going to feel more like anxiety. So it's a vicious cycle. So actually the anxiety feelings and the physical symptoms and sensations will increase with lack of food and lack of water. So when I used to feel really anxious and couldn't eat or drink, I used to, in a way, shift my mindset and say, this is a medication. Little and often I'd eat like something really dry, like a piece of dry toast or a crumpet, and just a bit of water or a cup of tea. And I would just wait till I settled ever so slightly. And in that moment where I felt even... Connection's so bad, sorry. It's not just about forcing yourself, it's just seeing it as a fuel to your body and a necessity, like it would be a medication. So if you were a diabetic and you needed insulin, you take that insulin because it keeps you alive. Food and water, same thing, we need it. Okay. Let's have a look. I feel like I've not stopped for bloody breath. Hi, Sari, hope you're keeping well. Yeah, I'm okay, thank you. Hi. Hi, Gina. So glad I've got counselling tomorrow. Yep, that's nice. Nice bit of offloading, chatting and reassurance, hopefully, for you tomorrow. As I've said, I've pinned a comment which has some free sessions available for people who, particularly for families, children, parents that are concerned at the moment. I'm just going to do some free sessions for people. So I wanted to hop on, and I will keep hopping on, as I say, as much as I possibly can. Please do keep sharing the videos so that people that are out there that feel alone, feel isolated, I'm going to try and make these sessions. I'm going to answer questions, but I also am going to pop on just for us to just chat and say hi and have a laugh and have some fun. Let's just reassure each other. How does anxiety stop you from sleeping? Because when you're anxious, you're sending a message to your brain that you're in danger, and therefore your body produces adrenaline. Adrenaline is it's almost like, if you imagine like some sort of stimulant that is going to keep you awake. So that is why, it's not really bad. It's not really concerning. It's just how the body works, quite frankly. And you are currently, if you're anxious, you're sending a message to your brain that you need it, even though you don't. Your brain is just taking what you are telling it for the truth. And so it's producing adrenaline, which will settle once you stop resisting what is. Okay. So I'm going to leave that there, and as I say, I'm going to keep trying to hop on. Please do share the videos, and if you want to join my free sessions, one is tomorrow evening and the other one is during the daytime on Thursday, then I would love to see you there. And take care everyone. Bye for now.